No visible banana or jelly.
My bag of snacks. I could not be more of a mom. I was like, everyone pick a snack.
No. Oh, wait. Right here. Right there. Elite.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We'll see how Dave wants to do it. We would normally record separately, but we can sit and kind of sing through it and...
Like, delete just her. Everybody else, you're great.
This is my dad, Jack. This is my sister, Katie.
Hi.
And we spent every summer as children at a place called Callaway Gardens, where my dad's band played.
6 nights a week.
Mm-hmm. It's about an hour and a half south of where we grew up in Atlanta. And it's a resort. And so Katie and I spent a lot of time as kids watching my dad play music.
We ended up landing on a theater troupe that came there over the summers. And we grew up watching them. And then at some point later on, we're actually part of that theater troupe. We grew up in Metro Atlanta. And yet a lot of the core, I think, of like where we fell in love with entertainment and like how it felt so good was in Pine Mountain.
Yeah.
And when they would come to the lounge at night, they would also perform in the lounge. They could both sing and they're both cute as a button, okay? So they would get up and everybody would love them just for who they were and what they could do.
Easy enough.
Done.
There's a plan.
We're gonna do a behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. When I first started songwriting, I would play a song for my mom and she would go, "Oh my gosh, I love it. This is amazing." And my dad would go, you could try something like this. And then he would just play a completely different song. But it's good. It was like tough love, It helped me to be better and humble.
I don't want to be the director or the producer here. I just have a couple of little minor changes. I just don't like the melody or the words.
Well, we can punch those in.
A few years back, I took my kids there because I really wanted them to see where I had spent time growing up. And I got there and it was like nostalgia just washed over me. And all of a sudden I called everybody and I was like, we have to come back here.
Somebody had a big birthday.
Yeah. Featured what, 50? You were like 50.
54.
You're very kind. You're very kind.
54.
And 54 is a big one, so we decided to go back.
A few months before my dad's 70th birthday, I was writing with my friend Kristen Hall, who I've written a lot of songs with, and she is one of my favorite people to write songs with. We just wanted to write a song with a certain feeling. And we started talking about the flowers and all these other things. And we started talking about what place captures that feeling. And all of a sudden I realized it was a song about my dad in Callaway Gardens. And Kristen looks at me and goes, "You have to play this for him on his birthday." We watched our dad play. We played all day. And we had no idea, really at that time, just how hard he was working for our family. And it's not until you become a grown-up and you recognize that he was working just incredibly long hours. He was working all day and he was working all night for our family. And all we knew was that we had a great time. The stage was a place that felt like home to us because from the time we were tiny, my dad would, if we were in the audience at some point during his set, have one or the other or both of us up to sing a song with him or, I don't know, it was magical. That's the only thing that's the only word I can think of that actually captures it.
Pack up the station wagon. Let's get this show on the road. Playing I Spy to pass the time. Only an hour to go. Watching Daddy on the stage, Callaway Gardens. yesterday.
Callaway Gardens in June, the flowers in bloom, takes me back every time I hear my girls playing.
Callaway Gardens in June, the flowers in bloom, takes me back every time I hear the Beatles playing. The sweet sound of my youth, I still carry that tune. Daddy, can I sing it?
Girls, can I sing it with you?
Daddy, can I sing it with you? I love you, Dad.
Boogie woogie beat is what I'm talking about. You can pull a switcheroonie and your dance go down. Boogie woogie beat the piano and go down. Don't steal those moves. You.
And people really come to engage with people who are out in the audience. And you can see that in Corri and Katie now. When they perform for anybody, they're bringing them in. If it's somebody you love, your eyes and your face change. So if you can do that from stage, if you can do that with friends, and if I'd known that when I was young and dating, it really does draw people in.
I would have wooed all the ladies if I'd known that trick.
But it was always a lot of fun. We had a lot of people that would come to see us. They would rent a bus and everybody would drive down and they'd make a big evening of it and a big occasion of it. So it's moments like this, like the day we just spent here. I mean, those are precious moments and I'll never forget them.
It was a whole other world. And then you just had a ton of love around us.
You know, now that we have children, we know how fast those moments go for the parents when you're just going. So I don't really know if, like, before that, if he really knew how deep our memories of that time ran.
Gosh, if my kids look at me with like half of the adoration that I feel like we looked at our parents with, and we're like doing something right.
Yeah.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too.
Thanks for doing this with me today.
Oh.
Love you, Daddy.